Welcome back. We're going to come back to the all-in-one tool, and then we're going to do a panoramic scrolling image. We're going to click the capture button, and what we're going to do is we're going to then draw our picture. When we do this, what we want to do is we want to set the width of the picture. So for example, we are going to then draw this entire width because we want to capture the entire width even as we scroll through it. What we're then going to see is we're going to see our panoramic window as well as the size. We're then going to click our panoramic window button. That's going to give us this button to start our panoramic capture. Now, because we already have the entire width, all we need to do now is create the length, and we're going to do that by scrolling. So basically, we can use our scroll button on our mouse, or we can use the down arrow, whichever one works on your PC. And if you look down in the bottom right-hand corner of the window, you're going to see how our image is progressing as we scroll through it. And you'll see that it's getting wider as well as longer. Once we've completed this image, we can click stop. The image will then be processed, and then it's going to come up into our editing screen. And you'll see the entire window here. So basically what you want to try to do is you want to try to set your width first, and then you want to scroll down and set the width. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now, Snagit will allow you to share your screenshot into other desktop-based applications. So for example, if we go to this drop-down menu, you're also going to see here at the bottom, you have both MS Paint as well as Adobe Photoshop. So if you have Adobe Photoshop installed, you can share your capture inside of Adobe Photoshop for additional editing. You can also share inside of Microsoft Paint. So in this case, we're going to click on Microsoft Paint. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to capture a part of the screen. Once our capture bar is open, we're just going to capture the part of the screen. And then what we're going to do is we're going to see a place to put our file name. We'll then click Save. Then we'll see our image come into our program. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. Now we're going to start with the capture window that we have here on our screen, and we're going to use the all-in-one capture feature. And basically what we're going to start by doing is clicking this capture button. We are going to use the default settings, which is Snagit will then take the image that we create and put it into the Snagit editor. We're not going to copy it into our clipboard. We are going to include the cursor in our capture. We're going to leave off the 5-second delay. So what we're going to do is we're going to click this capture button. Now remember, what we can also do is we can click the print screen button, but for the sake of this video, what we're going to do is we're going to click the capture button. What we're then going to see are going to be the capture parameters. And basically what we're going to do without clicking on our mouse is we're going to move it to the uppermost point that we're going to start our capture. And then we're going to click on the mouse button, and then we're going to start to draw the capture screen. Once we've drawn the entirety of the capture screen that we want, we're then going to release the mouse button. And then our capture is then ready for us to decide what we want to do with the capture. What we can do is decide to turn this capture into an image. When we click on this image, what's going to happen is that the capture is then going to open into the Snagit editor. And this is where we can use the menu items to begin to work with our image. What we can do then with this image is we can take the file command, we can then save this image as the form that we want it to be. We're going to click Save As. Now we can save this as a number of different kinds of images as demonstrated by this drop-down menu. So what we're going to do is decide to save this as a PNG file, and we're going to give this file a name. What we're then going to do is click the Save button. What you're then going to notice here at the bottom of our editor, you're going to see our image that we have available to us, and you're also going to see the form that we saved it to. What we're now going to do is we're going to minimize the Snagit editor window, and we're going to do that in this area at the top right. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. You're going to see a Snagit menu across the top, and basically each of these menu items control certain functions. If you go into the file area, what you can do is you can import presets from other Snagit installations that you have. You can export your presets so that you can use them on Snagit if it is installed on another personal computer. You can use this link to close your capture window. It typically means you can bring it back by going to this area and clicking on it to bring it back. You also have your preferences as to how Snagit treats your captures. You're going to click Cap Preferences, and you're going to be able to control how Snagit does your captures. And again, most of this you'll want to look at again once you actually start doing your captures. You have capture, specific preferences, as well as hotkeys. And again, you're going to use your hotkeys using Snagit on a regular basis. One thing to note is that when you have Snagit installed, you can use your print screen button on your keyboard wherever it is. If you click the print screen button, you're going to see your capture window become available to you. In order to make the capture lines go away, you're going to click the escape button. And then you'll see that your capture window will come back. In the edit screen, you can reset all of your current settings. You can also manage your custom program destinations. You can control different aspects of the programs that your images can open into. So for example, we can control how Snagit uses MS Paint. We can control how Snagit uses Adobe Photoshop. When we're doing videos, we can control how Snagit uses Windows Media Player. We also have a view command. It's here that we're going to have our output preferences. When you open up, basically you're going to be able to control how Snagit interacts with your output. And in each case, you'll be able to customize all of your output available settings. Now again, some of this you'll want to leave on the default until you actually start using some of these settings on a regular basis. And then in your help menu, you have other logistical aspects of using Snagit. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video. Welcome back. This time we're going to go to a wider page so that we can capture a wider area. So what we're going to do is we're going to bring our capture window back. And basically we're going to do the same thing that we did before. What we're going to do is click the capture button. We're then going to go to this uppermost corner in the left-hand side. We're going to capture part of the window. And then we're going to release the mouse button. That's going to bring us to this stage. And basically what we're going to do then is we're then going to launch a panoramic capture. And to do that, we're going to click this button. What that's going to do is it's going to allow us to capture more of the screen. And we're going to do that in a panoramic sense. So what we're going to do is we're going to click this start button. And basically what we're going to do is we're then going to scroll the content into the selected area. So we're going to use our scroll button. And then what we're going to do is then click the stop button. We're then going to process the capture. It's then going to bring our scroll window into this capture editor. And then we can save this as an image in the way that we want to save it. Okay, so with that, thanks, and I will see you in another video.